Hi guys, how is everyone doing? Welcome very much to Transform 360 with Susie. Guys, I'm so sorry, my apologies. Why? Because I know I promised that I'll be posting content ASAP as soon as we had our previous virtual interaction, but my apologies. Guys, so much has happened since we last spoke. A lot has happened. I have been experiencing a lot of difficulties and overwhelming situations. Can you imagine receiving news that you've actually lost 4 people that you know or are close to someone who's also dear to you? That has been it for me. The past 1 week, 2 weeks have been so difficult. Guys, I received news of losing my former classmate. I received news of losing my former colleague. I received news of losing a home buddy, or should I call her yeah, I think home buddy is the best word to describe that. Someone we've grown up together in the same area, and our families also know each other quite well. And then a friend of mine in campus also lost their dad. Guys, it's been tough. It's been very, very difficult. And I remember last week, whoa, I think after receiving the last news, that actually hit me so hard. And I couldn't even catch sleep. I suffered insomnia. People, I suffered insomnia for a whole 2 days. It was very difficult. Tried catching sleep, I could not sleep. And you can imagine my productivity was so low. Ilikuwa uko chini kabisa. Down. Ilikuwa down sana. At work, at home, thank God at least at home, I have a very supportive system, a supportive family who I thank God for every day. And at least they made it a bit bearable. I was able to go through the grieving and just process all the news that I'd received. And I thank God for my family. There's no better thing that I could ask for. And so today I thought, why not tackle this topic together with my online family? There's no better way for us to do this than today. You can even see the environment is different. Very relaxing outdoor environment. Why? Because this is a tough topic. It is very complex, and considering the fact that many people try to avoid talking about loss and grief as a result of even just the negative emotions that it triggers. So it's not a very easy topic to talk about. But you know what? Loss and grief is part of life. It is part and parcel of us. And we cannot run away from it. It's important for us to face it head on, because these are things that happen on a day-to-day basis. Every day someone is experiencing loss and they have to go through the grieving, the mourning process. And so first and foremost, to begin with, from the T360 with Susie family, we want to send lots of love, lots of light, and lots of hugs to anyone who is going through grieving at this particular time. We are praying with you. We are standing with you. May the Lord comfort you. May the Lord fill you with his peace that surpasses all human understanding. It is not easy. It is very tough. It is complicated. It is difficult. It is overwhelming. There are no words that I can even use to describe grieving and loss. It is tough. And so kindly receive our love. We are here to stand with you. We are here to support you. We are here to walk with you through your journey of grieving and mourning. And this session is important. Why? Because we need to understand how we can support people who are experiencing grieving, and also how we can cope in a healthy manner. Because like we said, sometimes you cannot avoid it. And most often than not, the most unfortunate thing is grief happens or loss happens when we least expect it. And so it becomes difficult. And that's why it's important for us to just get the necessary support even as we walk through this journey. And I know how we've been brought up, society has actually made us kind of believe that loss and grief tied to a loved one is more serious, and that is what people should actually mourn and grieve. But not really. You know what? Loss and grief cannot be tied to a person. Every day people experience loss. Even loss of a marriage, loss of a relationship, separation, divorce. There are people who mourn through their marriages. Others mourn through their relationships. Others mourn over a pet that they've lost, an animal. And probably someone is wondering, but that's just a cat, or that's just a dog. Get over it and move on with life. No, not at all. we need to allow people to mourn and grieve, because remember, anytime someone loses something that they deem valuable to them, anytime someone loses something that they deem significant, then automatically it's important for them to go through the mourning process. Someone could have lost a job that they really treasured. Others, it's a business that probably never did well. Others, you find it's a friendship that ended probably as a result of conflict arising. They tried to patch up things, somehow things didn't work out. Others, it's more, they are actually grieving the loss of their health. Probably someone has been diagnosed with a disease or an illness, and that has really taken a toll on them. So all these things are factors that might trigger grieving, and it is important for us to go through that process. Why? Because you know what happens when you do not grieve, then it becomes more complex, it becomes more complicated, and it actually leaves us at a worse state than it found us. So it's important for us to allow ourselves to walk through this journey. You can never wish away grieving, you can never wish away loss, you can never force grieving or even hurry the process. It's very natural, it's very gradual. So kindly let us extend grace to anyone who's experiencing that. Let us not hurry people and tell them, oh, but you've mourned for such a long time. No, let us extend grace. Let us be gracious to people. Let us be kind, because that is what they need. Let us be supportive. Let us be there. Let them know that we are there to support them, because that's all that people need. Nothing much, nothing more than that. They just want to know that you're there for them, and anytime they need you, you're actually at their beck and call. That is very, very key. And so kindly let us always remember that loss is a unique experience to everyone. We've already agreed that. Why? Because we are all different, we mourn differently. It's a very unique experience. And at the same time, there's nothing like a right way or wrong way of grieving. Not at all. Society, I know, sometimes has made us believe that people who cry, people who really shed the physical tears, are the ones who probably loved that person more or loved that thing. No. Imagine that's not the case. There are others who might not show the physical tears, or rather shed the physical tears, but deep within them, they are actually grieving so much. They are crying inside, and it becomes just it just becomes, I don't use the word courteous, but it's good. It's important for us to support people when they need us most, because that is when people need us most. When they are processing whatever it is that has happened, it's good for us to be there for them. So grief is a natural response from our bodies, and then mourning is the process of adjusting to life after a loss. That is what we call mourning. And then bereavement is that period or time when you experience grief. That is what we call bereavement. And so even as we support people, it's important for us to also take good care of ourselves, because remember, as you're supporting a sick person, and in this case I'm not talking about sick like they're mentally, could be someone is just going through a difficult period, emotionally, socially, spiritually, psychologically. As you support that person, it's also important for you to also take good care of yourself. And probably if you're also the person who's going through the loss and grief, it's important for you to take good care of yourself. Make sure you cope with it in a healthy manner, so at the end of the day you come out stronger and better. And with that said and done, it is important for us to just help people go through this, and then when we do that, life will actually be way better than we found it. Thank you very much, and have a lovely afternoon. Bye guys.